Здравейте на всички, съм Резарекс Коми, добре дошли в Hogwarts Legacy епизод 7. Предният епизод беше доста див, научихме Крусио, горе-долу почваме да навръзваме сторито, може би, надявам се. Взехме още един от тия сидове там или каквото се води и нещата върват много добре. Сега, получихме Да, не съм се научил да говоря, ама стане номера. В края на предния епизод получихме слово от Себастиан, така че предполагам отиваме за втория Dead Curse. Така че вие се настанете удобно, който не се е записал за канала може да го направи по всяко едно време. Лайк, ще дислайк, ще коментари долу. Продължаваме смело напред. Аре, Себастиано, къде си, бред? А, той е в Андъркрофт, али? Окей. Шаблон. Дзън-дзън. Как го знае, хубавци. Отиваме ли за още Дедли Кърсе? Между другото взех и бомбарда.
Бомбарда.
Бомбарда. Бум. Бум. No, yeah.
You'll never believe.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone, especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I don't know.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send it out. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors, spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library, noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please, for any to do with that spell.
Само си взем Dead Curse и приключвам. Смисъл на мен, повече от не ми трябва. Is giving Sebastian hope.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Defender! Bombarda!
Имам нужда да взривя нещо. Да, The Destruction. Себастиано! Какво става, моето момче? Една бомбарда? Тос не го и бе. Той не види и не го и бе. Сега, ще пробвам да изчакам, да видим дали ще получим съобщение от Себастиан, ако не продължаваме с квестовете. Окей, продължаваме с квестовете тогава. Че имаме бая да правим. Сега, кое ми е по-близо. Теке, само че ще се летя с метлата, защото ми се струва по-надежно и по-бързо. Нещо с тия бисти не мога да се оправя. Dismount и...
Is Highwing alright? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Давай споко до...
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat, but at the moment I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horndale Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poacher's best-kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Okay.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
Например, някой деткърс.
This way.
Fire and back. Ай, маме, да видим какво си ми приготвила. Виж къв синхрон сме. Бъдещата ми жена.
A centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam. You choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for that we do not notice more and more of your kind around, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
Cool. Ай, матка. Мога продължаваме.
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poach?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious.
Разучават. Как мислиш? Оле, майко.
That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water.
Не ми казвай, че ще влизам във водата.
This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Revelio. Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left?
Защото нещо ги е подгонило.
Poor, still smoking. They can't have been gone long. Revelio.
Айде де. Какво са пънища?
This is goblin man. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Какво се сръбвам докато си говоря? Папа!
Anything interesting?
Ла!
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin men.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this.
Revelio.
How do goblin and poacher interests align?
Пропуснал съм някакво съдъч там. Как го знаеш? Забране. Пуф!
Definitely no creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
Отивам да ги убия и ще кажа.
They won't be happy to see her. Should we use disillusion? Or perhaps a less discreet...
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
Просто ги убий.
Is that the best of yours? Not so tough now, are you?
Incendio! Pathetic! Rookwood, perhaps you ought to give up. Defender, Fringo! That was a mistake.
Coward!
Defender!
Bye, bitches! Нас зелен ли ползва? Корече!
Merlin, you'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going on here?
Only one way to find out.
Не мисля, че те са зелето, ще стане, ама добре. Не само, че са зелето, аз тук трябва да поправим мост. че малко му и бахме.
Reparo.
Джик. Добра. Голям съм магъст. Голям съм ложко.
Revelio.
Гошко. Чакай малко да ги оберем. Може ги останете, разбира. Да си тръгнат с пълни ръце. Папе! Де гледа там, папе? Влизаме в бездънната палатка.
What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
Holy shit. Мисля, че може да се спря с дракона.
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now, and the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word. Given how crowded it is here, how could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being in the fight and look around, but be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted. Yes, a more hushed approach is likely wise.
Don't know what Victor was thinking, striking a bargain with him. Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
They say we go too far. The violence isn't going to get us what we want. I say, if every last wizard is run through with a blade, then violence is going to get me precisely what I want.
Sickens me to work alongside any of them. Don't know how Ramrock's stomach's being near Rookwood. Foul beast.
Not much longer now. Soon our neck will be out from under
Нещо макара се съмнявам, брат. Но тук има драгоняк.
Did you hear those goblins? Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
Добре, нали го видяхме той вече.
What's going on down there?
Той красиво е.
They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her odds, shall we?
Мяре, като се река убива ми ги.
Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
Ако ма пуснеш да ходя нормално.
Aloha Mora.
Aloha Mora. Аре, чик. Браво. Ти ли ще го вземаш?
Alright, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of
Revelio.
surprise will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
Чакай да се обера всичко.
Careful! Ramrock don't think you'll get it out of here.
Значи малко крусо на тебе, брат. Да, ще я преспах. Ау! Явно крусо си взема. Как е, готино ли? Изобщо не ме са прей. Айде! Шпек за вас!
You're the one we're looking for, and you brought a friend.
Не.
Come here. Stop right there.
This is where you
Sleep right. Shall we finish?
Аре не!
Enjoy suffering, do you?
With the vegetables in combat. Ridiculous. Now to finish the job.
Да.
Deserves some. Thought you could hide from me, did ya? Bring up in the. I am with black the law. Let's
Браво. Газинга. Конфрингото не оцеля. Точно се жива. Ми, аде.
Accio.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
Лап. Смисъл, ние просто ще седим тело? Проблем. Ти между другото доста пречеше на дракона, дето на атакува в началото. Ама доста. Окей, ти беше готин. Доста.
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. The goblins and definitely not the fighting. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
Since the dragon we freed flew off, does that mean we get to keep the egg?
I'd much rather we have it than the poachers, at least for now. But I don't think we should keep it indefinite. It'll be hard hiding something like this from Professor Weasley for long.
We aren't helping ourselves standing. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it.
Yeah.
Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
Revelio.
Поне само се взема той. Аз съм притеснявам за това, че не може да... Окей. Някакви квестове, нещо. Или да се връщам в замакисиото. Хогвартс каза. Примерно. Защото ако отида горе дик, ще има неща са зрени. Да ме получим от Себастиан. О, брат. Живнима. Той ли беше? Collect the full guide page in the underground harbor. О, добре, къде трябва да ходя? Негде си туке. Добре, ще да има. Аз не мога да се взема някаква лодчета. Ула. Нали? Бай с тем да поплувам. Ще завидим се. Браво. Намерихме къде трябва да дойдем. Тук има насъм.
So this is the underground. The Grey Lady. I'd say hello, but she doesn't seem particularly social.
Мислиш?
Revelio.
Другото къде? Виадукт, кортярд. Баси елегантното асансьорче. What? Чакай. А там нямаше пейдж. Аз къде отивам? Къде беше асансьора? Фак.
Revelio.
Намерихме.
So this is the underground.
Така. И сега вече отиваме за... 130. Тук само с тия не можах да разбера каква е цялата работа. What? Definitely.
My mother, when she has learned about some of...
Can we finally be safe, the dragon?
Аз чаквам писмо от Себастиан. Вие не ме интересувате. Сега да не сте мейн квестове, да. Тогава ме интересувате. Не. Сеща.
Book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere.
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration.
Нямам се на идея какво търся.
Professor Weasley asked me to get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this if you humour me by answering a few questions from my
quiz.
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivia. Hence, I have created a small quiz just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. They don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
Fine.
If that's the only way I can convince you to give me that book, then let's get it over with.
Splendid! Just a few questions, and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
Snakebird.
The snakebird?
No. Incorrect. The answer was the golden snidget. The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Felix Felicis.
Well done. Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organised competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical art?
The tale of the three brothers. Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
Bludger.
The bludger.
I'm sorry, but the correct answer was the quaffle. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of three in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
True.
Actually, the answer was false. While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
I'm sorry. I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change your mind. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this.
Probably никога.
Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
Защо не мога да прескача? Я малко. Skipping stone. Бах така ще да обрати Hogwarts.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Yes, the transformation spell. But first, I'd like you to carry out a couple of tasks which will help you to complete your field guide.
What?
Attend my transfiguration class once you've done them, and we can begin the lesson.
What? Вчера тазех. What the fuck? Баси. Свърши. Добре, чай се трябва адвансна тайма за тая. Бах ти как свърши тъпо. Тълът се, брат. Тълът се. Как те ще свършиш? Нещо интересно ще има да тук е. Та си превърна совата в книга.
Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted.
2 минути за мен.
Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of them. Or it could just be my eyes. Now, you all know what to do.
Не, нямам си никаква представа. Мисля, че Себастиан и той не знае какво направи. Дън. Бра. Много съм добър, бе. Много съм добър. Бах съв надесан. Мога да ти покажа и динозавър.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Много ясно, брат. The assignments help despite spending so much time on us.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you can brew an impressive Edurus potion. Hopefully you won't need it time soon, but it is a valuable potion to have when it is needed. I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activity. Were your meetings with Professor Black's house and exploration of various caves down by the lake connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Not at all. I was, intrigued by stories of a giant squid and wanted to learn more. I encountered Scrope, who seemed delighted to share what he knew.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in note, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWL. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exam. Until then, well done. You are
Бре. Чакай. Шата превърна в хлебарка. Бури! Ма само в бури ли мога? Бастън. Моля ги превръщам в бури. Себастън.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. We may be able to find what a goblin mine south of Hogwarts and bring someone's gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook. Познавам някой да говори gobbledygook. Но отиваме да видим Себастиан, защото Нати, Попи, Амит, Себастиан. Того. Даже ми е мейн квест на всичкото отгоре. Найс. Добре, ето къде те ще се прехвърлям. Между другото, там мисля, че има магазин малко да разтоварим. Имам нужда, че пак много са напълно. Пак и трябва да. Чай само да погледна преди да разпродам всичко, дето имам. Дали има нещо, което му мисля. Имам някои заключени, което означава, че... Ама не мога да... Добре, секунда. Сега едвам. Отивам до Room of Requirements, за да мога да се отключат, защото те не стане. Сега са... Добре, че поизчаках малко и се повъртях напред-назад, защото да. Оно не беше правилен квест за Себастиан. Сега вече отиваме за втория дет.
Себастиан, that relic you mentioned.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne, I need to see her.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb was insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
What?
Opening all of these is tempting.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified. This room is taller than it looks.
Трябва да видим какво има. Примерно.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
Те би трябва да могат да се качат.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Охо, то е доста големичко. Добре, движим напред. Само че искам бомбарда. Те или иначе сме срещу паяци, поне ще ми помогне. Така. Тук отваряме. Така. Сега. Накъде трябва? Аз тук дойдох всъщност, насам имам и насам им се вижда тук.
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
Revelio. Fringo.
I'll be quieter than
I don't know. Oh.
Confringo. Bombarder. Defendo. Confringo.
Bravo.
all this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion and ran into problems, often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Revelio. Exactly. We'll be fine though.
Ама, пускам съндъци, брат. Това са потенциални продажби. Не знам дали ме разбираш правилно. Тук има.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then even an old pile of
Revelios.
Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus seems odd. Accio.
Оф, той с тия... скелетите не го разбрах как става. Предния път
There's something here by the altar.
Arresto momentum. Accio. Confringo. Revelio.
Did you hear that?
We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
What did you find?
Сега, какво правим тук?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. I have the report if you want to have a look. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Аха, просто ги изпращам.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Тъй...
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Тя... Просто трябва да попълним дупките, брат. Готови ли сме?
You've done it.
Чекай, ма.
I knew we'd get through. I
Айде,
felt
айде.
it in my bones.
Айде, чувам дед кър за учене.
Nice. The student's diary mentions the Imperius curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered, places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Много ясно.
It's probably wise to spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries.
Последното, какво правим с него?
Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
Зависи от гледната точка. Айде, Fantastic Four, ИМПЕРИО.
Here we go. Something troubling. Be on your guard.
Revelio. Defendo. Imperio.
Crucio.
Descendo. Confringo. Defendo. Revelio.
Ти май малко заболя.
Confringo.
Ти май малко заболя. Добре, знай вече и другия Dead Curse. Which is very helpful. Ако може само да.
Accio.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Това може би трябва да е първо. Не знам кое трябва да е второ. Или то е...
Accio.
Ако направите, трябва да се отвори тази врата.
Keep going.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Така. После имаме този знак с този знак. Трябва да отворите.
Confringo. Defendo.
Еза, майче, еза. Добре. И ни остават две врати. Тая.
Arresto momentum. Revelio.
Там има съндък. Да, взем първо съндък.
Accio.
Това.
This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
Аре, Това. Трябва да ми отключи съндък. Това. Бъркам с копчетата постоянно. Много копчета. И това.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Find the relic. Добре. Значи, щом сме на там обаче, аз искам да разгледам какво има по другите места. Confringo!
ИМПЕРИО!
Но не малка!
Confringo!
Бастък! Чай, че аз създам. Този големия да са би за нас вече не знам. И оправи големия.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
Доста даже. Даш ме няма, карай се.
Ребелио.
Добре. Лучи яко. Малко хилчета, браво. Така. И тук има.
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Тук доста неща намерихме. Много добре. Декаутнах се като пич. Окей. Показва насам. Да. Забравих.
I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Defendo! ИМПЕРИО! Confringo! Defendo! Confringo! Leviosa!
Crucible!
Confringo! Confringo! Defendo! ИМПЕРИО! Confringo!
Тост къде са за?
Defendo!
Така.
Confringo!
For a moment
Айде
there, I
малко
thought that would
енчант вече
never
да му
end.
вкараме. Ме още паяци, бе.
Ребелио!
Стори ми се сякаш има още паяци. Пък то май няма. Апс. Малко полшанки.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet.
Не брат. Не for nothing. Смисъл знам деткът. Малко ли ти? Ох, там раздарателно не са занимава.
Sebastian, the relic. Look.
The relic.
Could it be?
Ми не знам. Може ли или не може?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea, but we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle. Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please. Leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe it.
I
heard you encourage Sebastian to take them.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has. I need your help.
Имам чувство, че ако проваля ако се съюза с Оминис, няма да взема това.
Sebastian's right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happened.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperio?
That's what I'm saying. I would take all responsibility. This could save your friendship. I know how to cast Sebastian, but I won't do it unless you agree.
This is insanity. I can't believe you would ask.
Sebastian is never going to give up trying to cure Anne. If you try and stop him now, he'll never forgive you.
Fine. This is unfathomable. But I suppose if you want that responsibility, it may just save what is left of my friendship, Sebastian. Remember, this is what I was telling you about the Dark Heart. They come with a cost. You may well regret making this choice. Do what you have to do. Cast it before I change my mind.
Imperio! Step aside, Ominous. Stay in place until we're out of sight.
I will.
Sebastian, come on.
What did you do?
Imperio. It was the only way to get out of here without a fight. Sebastian, we have to go.
Аре, брат. Аз че не знам къде.
Did you do the wrong thing?
Къде пътя
You
за
need the
вкъщи.
relic.
I know, but not like this.
Ominous and I agreed. Surely there's a difference between casting Imperio on someone without their knowledge and casting it with permission.
I understand what you're saying. I do, but...
Revelio! I've taken full responsibility. You have my word.
Confringo!
Давай, шахай малко. Отивам да лутна.
Accio! I need to find a safe way across.
Revelio! Confringo! Confringo! Accio!
Oh.
Lumos! Confringo!
Hey, what the fuck?
Lumos! Confringo! Lumos! Lumos! Accio! Lumos! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Wingardium Leviosa!
Rickety Bone Bridge complete.
Accio!
Добре. Бахте обиколката за 5 предмета. Да решим и 5.
Accio! Revelio!
Добре. That's all, folks. Да напускаме каташмомбите. Страхотно се развият нещата. Смисъл, първо трябваше да направим крусил на Себастиан. Сега направихме...
How long will the spell last? How long must Ominous stay in the tomb?
The curse is lifted already. He'll easily find his way out of the catacomb just as we did. He'll be alright, Sebastian.
Сега Империо на Оминис. Страхотно. Ама той ма следва. Искаш да ми кажеш 300 метра трябва те да... Ти от ли си, брат? Другото моля? Не мога тъй. Добре, ето сега не мога да го разбера. Защо трябва да тичаме 2000 км тъй?
Confringo! Imperio! Confringo! Defender! Confringo! All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work.
Dun 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 dun. Само че... Просто дай ми живот.
What is it?
Smoke by the hamlets. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Stop! I'm afraid of
Pity.
Бим са! Умрях ли? What? Деба. Изобщо да се гледам някой.
What is it?
Smoke! Over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Да, пак мога да си купа. Сме сам магазина, работи. Не, чай, искам бомбардата.
Бомбарда!
Караш ми крусото. Ох!
Keep out the way!
We have to fight!
Bombarda!
Bombarda!
That was meant for me.
You'll not win here!
Дъскара се замъна, я на крусо.
Defender! What's the point of this?
We have to fight!
Keep out of sight! You're weak, I won't.
Бра, пречукахме ги всички. Ай, аня. Помогнете на момичето.
ИМПЕРИО!
Бра.
Boy, what have you done?
Saved my sister!
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
Sa!
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
Можеш да използваш бомбарда.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will.
Sorry,
He cannot
Sebastian.
banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Обади ми се като намериш авадата. Да видим кой ще отрепен. Ими, кофти, често казвам, Империо поне в игрите, да, не ми върши особено голяма работа. Ама виж Крусио с авадата в комбо. Много добре. Перфектно ми звучи, даже бих казал.
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Yeah. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Ще ми се наложи да ползвам авадата върху тебе, брат. Суги масе. Чая да се подключа малко. Мисля да вляза в real estate бизнес. Кошка, който не е съгласен, едно империо и всичко е точно.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
Revelio.
Тук има такос. Не че ми трябва вече, да? Защото малко вече, да. Аз събрах там за Алохомората и не ми трябва. Другото къде беше, някъде тук е те.
Алохомора.
Балохомора. Стрихот.
Revelio.
Самото ли беше? Еба си му, майката.
Seems a pleasant enough little place. Aloha Mora.
Аре не? Баско врат към 3 часа, момче. Пък то се оказва някой път съвсем в началото. Бе, какво се случва, брат? Не ще да ми дава своите мъзни. Има ли така тънка вероятност Себастиан на следващото приключение да пукне без да... Пример, за един приятел. Да, в той не е свършил.
Nice to see you, my young friend.
Sebastian.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft, nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
Oh, very well.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an hour when I have news.
Добре, чакам да разбера къде се намира авадата. Ливадата. Авада. Кедавра. Бом. И всичко де. Добре. Те сме на Себастиан вълна. Да продължим. Имам ли нещо ново за отгатване? Добре. Продажба яко и това е. С ръкавица. Аре, продавай. Те бяха с... Те бяха доста съмнителни. Я брave soul.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
Hello, Sebastian.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominis and the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching the way they did Brookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We do blows.
We need to see what they're doing. Let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
In the shadow of the...
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
No one kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Ми браната, не разбира се. Чакай, че те гъби ми трябват, брат. Можем да пробваме. Да ги тръгнем. Чакай. Кофти. Чакай. Поне по-големите неща да оберем, пък после да видим. Добре, айде да продължим надолу пък.
We make a good team.
We do it.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
Which one I'd...
Perhaps we can find an alternate route up ahead.
Sneaking around has its appeal.
Тук какво има? Моля от тук да мина. Има паешки дъпи,
We're making quick progress.
Къде се, Себастиано? Мисля, че той не знае къде. Ку-ку, смотаняци. Айде, продължаваме надоле. Кой better gear?
For better or for worse, we're in.
You ought to cut back on pudding. Took you for a troll the other day. Straight to fight.
Вързаме.
Mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
Вързаме и то яко.
I don't see any goblins.
Disgust spider to prey on.
There you are.
Ай малко да се побием.
Let's get this over with. Rather unwise.
Какво сте, господин? Бомбарда. Фрингото ми малко... Но цели.
How many Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Така, въпросът сега е къде?
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
Revelio. Accio. Guardium Leviosa.
Иши братчет.
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs or the solar sign. Number of endearing quality. Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Не сам. Намерих езепат форвард и линии. И едно от всичкото бат. Че запалим някакъв огън. Вземи огън, запалим.
That bridge is seen.
Ще псел. О, газа ми. Направо се самопробива. Департо. Так. Малко в центъра в огъта. Натикай го обратно дупката, от която е изнасяла. Мамичката ми мръсна. Бойвата се да... То сте във въздуха да го хвана, бе. Бах ти почеса. Не. Чак. То било вода, бе. Аз помислих, че тук ще се оттрепя. Добре.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
Да. Вземаме. Още не съм лучи. Аре, зада, коми се правиш така? Бас коконата. Ама начи от такива кокони. Мога по принцип съвсем спокойно ще се съве за тъгнува. Защо?
We've still not seen a single...
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not...
Не знам.
Such
Bombarda!
You almost had a lucky shot. You fight about quite pitiful. Let's get this. Rather unwise coming back this way.
Bombarda!
Чакай, че заспям нещо, брат. Я малко да се знаете мястото. Я малко Ancient Magic. Шмац. Защо ма докосвам, бе? На... Ау! Defendo.
I will have my revenge.
Bombarda.
Още да се искаш това ревенж. Защото малко умре.
I don't know why Gryffindors get credit for bravery. We Slytherins are teeming with it.
And we're much... A rune symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Да.
Confringo!
Не знам, но къде са другите?
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more rune symbols. Wasn't expecting
Готово,
that.
батко. Готово си.
Revelio.
Исидора Джерни.
What do you have there?
A journaling. Sebastian, I think I found
Hopefully
something.
it will help us unravel more of this mystery. Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
Не знам, брат.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganark was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbol and ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the...
Да. Теми в фънда. То е ясно, че цялата работа от там тръгва.
It has to. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble.
Страхотно.
I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
Someone who knows Ranrock person. They asked me not to mention their name to anyone.
A goblin? Tell me I'm wrong. You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Защото мога да напляскам, брат.
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop.
Unbelievable. В смисъл, ако искаш, мога да направим нещо и сега. Малко копеленце, ако ме прекараш да не мога да си взема аварата, ще те прибия лично. Честно така. Абсолютно сериозен съм. Бахте ми скинчето малко. Полудявам. Добре, колко квеста ми остава? 3. Добре. Мисля обаче тук да сложа край на този епизод, защото нещо се бъгнах, не знам какво ми става. По принцип нищо ми нямаше до преди малко и занъж. Не знам, кръвното ли ми падна, какво стана? Не знам. Както да е. Отивам да се церя. Да, този епизод малко по-кратичък, ама много добре, много ма кефи. Добре стават нещата. Успяваме да се вземем дед кърсовете. Надявам се, този малкия да не ме прецака за аварата, защото авара му. Така че да. Благодаря много, че гледахте, който не се е записал за канал, може да го направи по всяко едно време. Лайкчета, дизлайкчета и коментари долу под видеото. Ще се видим за вас в следващия епизод. Чао, не за сега.